Sheesh, folks, I can't lie to y'all. That sauna set was a tough one. Good morning, folks, and happy Wednesday. I can't lie to you, folks. Last night was one tough night of sleeping. At some point in the middle of the night, I got some horrendous shin splints. Horrendous. And they lasted until about, I don't know, 9 o'clock this morning. And at that point, I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's go ahead and get up and start this day. And then JB walked in. I was like, you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's lay here for a little bit longer. And I think that was the move, considering we only get 2 bottles of water today. So this is one of the tougher days. This is where the toughness comes into play. The discipline comes into play. The doubtful thoughts come into play. Questioning, are we going to make weight? Are we going to be able to do this? I don't know. But we have those doubtful thoughts every time. Mainly because 2 bottles of water for the entire day is no fun. No fun at all. It's crazy. You go from chugging down water, not wanting to take another sip of water, to by the end of it, begging for water. Welcome to cutting weight, folks. But good news is we only have 10 pounds to go. 10 freaking pounds to go. So, I guess let's go get this day started. Let's go get a little bit of something in our belly, a little bit of Joe in our belly, and head to the gym to go break this first sweat today. Well, good news, folks. We did not end up chugging down all of our water at breakfast. We still got more than half our bottle. Let's get to the gym. Let's see if moving our legs a little bit will help move the blood flow around in my legs, causing these shin splints to go away, because they are indeed back, which blows. But let's go break a freaking sweat for the first time today. And we have made it to the gym, folks. Let's get in here. Let's move our bodies a little bit. Let's get our sweat broken. And then let's get back home. Because we got to drop this joker off at the shop. We got to drop the dogs off. We got a lot we got to do. And then we got to make the trip to Alpharetta. Check into the hotel. And then get another sweat session then. So, let's see if we can get this all done in a timely manner. Surprisingly, cardio went nice and smooth. Once I put to the side how I was feeling, that joker was nice and smooth. And it made our legs stop hurting, just like we had thought. Let's hop into this hot box, keep the sweat going, and get as much weight off as we possibly can. Sheesh, folks, I can't lie to y'all. That sauna set was a tough one. I've sat here for about 10-ish minutes trying to stop sweating and trying to catch my grips. I guess let's catch our grips, stop sweating, check our weight, and get on out of here, folks. Well, after a whole lot of struggling, we have finally made it back to the car. And after weighing myself, I know why. That sauna sesh was so tough. We are 2 pounds lower than what I had expected us to be. So let's get home and let's pass out for a little bit. Alrighty, folks, we have made it home. Let's carry our butts inside and lay down for a little bit until we gotta get up and go sweat again. Well, folks, good news. The nap did its job. We are feeling much better now, ready to go break another sweat when we get to the hotel. And good thing is, I was doing some research today and I was like, you know what, I really am craving some soup. Well, come to find out, they make carb-free, sodium-free, cream and mushroom soup, which is like my favorite. So, guess we're gonna grub down on the soup, get JB to load the car, and then hit the road. Get to the hotel and break another sweat and call it a night. Well, the cream of mushroom soup may have not been as good as traditional cream of mushroom soup, but it was definitely tolerable. Definitely made this guy feel strong like bull. That's what it made me feel. Definitely ready to go be able to sweat again. And I was really questioning it earlier. I was like, oh, I don't know if I got much more in me, and then I ate a little bit. Now I feel perfectly freaking fine. So, good news, folks. Good news. We're back, we're alive, and we are ready to go check into this hotel and sweat again. So let's go hit this vacay, baby. Oh, and this time I carried the scale out, so there's no turning back around to go grab the scale. We got it. I made sure of it. I didn't leave it up to this one. I left it up to this guy. And then I can blame no one but I. Do have the scale, right? Before I start running my mouth. Yes, I got the scale. Okay, cool. I was running my mouth and I was really going to be upset if I had left the scale. But the drive doesn't seem that bad today. An hour drive, that ain't no freaking biggie. That ain't no biggie. Let's hit the road. Let's check in. Let's hope they give us a bathtub again. Or this time, and if they don't, well, we're going to have to beg them for a bathtub, or we're going to go check in somewhere else. One way or another, because we put it on our little description. We want bathtub. Actually, we need bathtub is what we put. So, alrighty, let's let this vacay begin. Folks, as we were driving down the road, I started telling JB, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, I really don't know how I made it. Like, we got 2 pounds under what I had wanted to get to today. We did 4 sauna sits, as we always do, 2 10s and 2 5s, right? Well, the first one, I got to chit-chatting with an Army vet, and I kind of went over my time. Second one again, got to chit-chatting and went over. So then I had the 2 5s and there was no one in there. And on the 2 5s, let me tell you, I was struggling. After the second one, I was like, all right, I'm not getting back in there. And then I forced myself to get in there. And I start questioning, how did I do it? How did I get 2 pounds under? How did I quite literally hop out of the sauna, say I'm done, I can't go anymore, right at the point of my 5-minute alarm was going off for the last time? How did we do it? And this is going to be a very based answer. A very based answer, as the kids would say. Prayer. That's pretty much it. Because at this point, we've done the job. We've not eaten the carbs. We've loaded our body with water. We've removed the salt. We've now depleted our water intake. You know what I mean? So we've done everything that we can do at this point. Now it's just about being tough and getting into that water, getting into that sauna, and completing it. So I start praying. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do other than pray at this point. And I began praying. And I was screaming in that sauna when I was by myself. I was like, Lord, please let me be it this way. Please. And as I heard a little voice in my head say, get out. Get out. I think it was my self-conscious telling me, the bitch inside of me saying it's time to get out. We got out. We sat there for like 30 minutes trying to catch our grips. Then we went and checked our weight. Guys, I was 2 pounds under that mark I was screaming out. 2 pounds. And honestly, if it wasn't for our Jesus music, I really don't think we would have made it. I know, very basic. Prayer, Jesus music, but it works. It really genuinely works. If you're going through something hard, going through something tough, cry out, reach out to him. I promise you. I promise you. Definitely, if there's nothing that you can do, you've done all you can do at that point, you might as well start reaching out to him. Start reaching out to every avenue that you can reach out, you know what I mean? You've done the physical, you've done the mental, now we got to do the spiritual. And from here on, it's pretty much, it's spiritual. You start becoming and real close to God at this point. You start talking to him, and sometimes you might even hear him back. Really. That last 2 pounds, you might hear him say, come on, get back in there. You just might. So, I don't know, something really cool that I wanted to tell y'all, but I didn't have enough energy earlier to tell y'all. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to tell you about that sauna sit, but I didn't have the energy to tell y'all. It quite literally, it took me 3 different tries to get out of the gym. There's a bench in the middle I had to sit down at. There's a chair I had to sit down at. And then I made it to my car at the very end. I mean, after I'd made it down, I struggled to make it there. I can't lie to y'all. I can't lie. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly of fighting, folks. You want to be a fighter? You really want to be a fighter? Because cutting weight is non-compromise. It's not a compromise. Everyone does it. Look at the best fighters in the world. They're cutting weight. They're cutting weight. So, yeah, folks, just a little story I wanted to leave with y'all because I just thought it was very inspiring. If you're ever going through that hard time, cry out to him. I promise you it'll help. I promise you. Instead of being on that weight, we were 2 pounds over and we were able to withstand the punishment and the pain and what felt like torture in that sauna. And we're fine now. Look, we're strong like bull, brother. We're strong like bull now. So, it was nice. It's nice what he can do for you. But, I will say, if you're cutting weight, quick tips. Something my wrestling coach always told me, if you're not eating to try to cut weight, like if you're just like, all right, I'm just going to abstain from food completely, you ain't never going to make that weight. Because you ain't going to have the energy to make that weight. I mean, like I said, I came in today and I literally collapsed. And I made it downstairs into my beddy by, and I laid there until it was time to get a little bit of grub in me. And now that I got some grub in me, we are strong like bull. Now we do have to work an extra, probably about 1 pound off, a little bit under. But work an extra pound off or not be able to make weight or die trying to make weight. Those are your choices. Those are your choices. But let's listen to our cartoons and try to make it to this freaking hotel safely. Because it is a storming, folks. Well, luckily we have made it to the hotel safely and in a timely manner. Because when I say it was a storming, it was a critical flood warning. But JB went in here and asked them if their room that they booked for us was a bathtub room. And no, it wasn't. So we're going to hopefully call around and see if we can find somewhere that'll get us in. This was our biggest fear. Our biggest fear. And hopefully isn't too far away from the venue. Because that'll absolutely freaking blow. Well, we have made it to the next hotel and fingers are crossed that this one will be able to give us a bathtub and that we can get a full refund on the other one because they weren't able to accommodate our needs. So, and they didn't give us a notification that they couldn't accommodate our needs. They just let us drive all the way up here. So let's hope and pray that this place will let us check in and that they have a bathtub. And we are good, folks. Let's get our shit in and freaking get to the salt bath. Well, let's carry our things in and head to the salt bath. Well, hopefully this elevator is not nearly as sketchy as the last one's elevator. I will say that. That's a plus about not having to stay. Oh, it is. It is nice and smooth. Nice and smooth, baby. I will say that is the one thing about that other hotel that I did not like. That freaking elevator was like all the way up and all the way down. Then when you land, boosh. But we have made it to our floor. So let's get in here, unload our things, and get into the freaking salt bath so that we can call it a night. Well, I guess let's see what kind of amenities we have gotten here. Looks like just the standard hotel. They did give us a couch and a pretty big TV. Let's check this bathroom out. Alrighty, the traditional freaking hotel bathroom. Oh, they got the little shampoo and the freaking conditioner thing again. That's pretty nice. And this one actually has a microwave and the fridge is actually cold. Maybe it's not giant like the last hotel, but honestly, low key, this place is kind of cleaner, honestly. And the other one was low key a lot more expensive. So hopefully they give us a full refund and everything turns out nice and dandy. But time will only tell. Let's check our weight and let's hop into this freaking bath, folks, so that we can call it a night. Because tomorrow, we get to really eat again. We get to feast, baby, before we go feast on that guy's soul. Well, good news. After checking my weight, I can honestly comfortably go to bed without having to sit in the salt bath again. But honestly, to be safe, we're just gonna do it. We feel strong like bull, like I said, so let's hop in here so that we can train ourselves a little bit more, get a little bit of rest tonight, see how far down we can get. Honestly, by the time I get done editing the video, I should be like under like 2 or 3 pounds away, if that. So I guess let's hop into the salt bath. I'll catch y'all here in a bit. Well, good news, folks. Salt bath complete, and we made it to only 2 pounds away from fight weight, folks. Tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll salt bath, we'll go weigh in, and then guess what? We will feast. So I guess at this point, let's call it a freaking night. Unless JB can convince me to freaking play video games because she brought the freaking PlayStation with us. So, either way, I guess at this point, it is time to call it a night. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat freaking loves ya.